Welcome. In this video, we are going to look at some questions from Math Paper 1 for the year 2023 for internal candidates. So this is our first part. So we have the first question where we are told to evaluate. So to evaluate simply means to find the actual number. Now, if you look at the question, we have this number. This is our base raised to a fraction, which is a power, right? So how do you deal with this? Now, the denominator of the power is our root. Then the numerator is our power. Then after that, I'm going to write my square root. Then the base should be written under the square root. So the base is 8/27. Now, since the root is 3, it simply means we need to find the third root of 8 and 27 raised to the power 1. So that's the format. So you write the base under the square root. Then on the root, you need to put the number representing your root. In our case, it's the third root. Now, we need to find the number that we can multiply by itself 3 times to give us 8. So in case if you don't know that number, you can do this. You can say, you can first begin by 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, 1 raised to the power 3 is equal to 1. Right? We move on to 2 multiplied by 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So 1, 2, 3. 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 8. 3 by 3 is 9. By 3 is 27. So 3 raised to the power 1, 2, 3 is equal to 27. So the third root of 80 is 2. So you write 2 divided by, then the cube root of 27 is this number 3 here over 3. Then anything raised to the power 1, anything raised to the power 1 is equal to the same thing. So our final answer is 2 over 3. We move on to question 2. So question 2 was to factorize completely. So we have 3x cubed minus 27x. So the first step, we need to first identify the greatest common factor. We begin with a number. So the greatest common factor is 3. Because 3 can go into 3x cubed and into 27x. So we take out 3. What else? We can see that x is also common because x can go into x cubed and in x also. So we write our 3. After that, you need to open the brackets. So you divide now. So this simply means that 3 times x times x times x over 3. So we are getting this part divided by this part. So if that is the case, we can cancel this, we cancel this, we cancel this, we cancel this. So we can see that we only have 2x. So here we are going to have x squared. That is, in a simpler language, we just say since 3, we have removed the 3 outside, 1x, so the remaining is just x squared minus, you divide 3x into 27. So you start by the number. 3 into 27 is 9. X into x will cancel. Then if you look at this point, since we are factorizing completely, we still have some steps to undergo. So we have 3x is equal to x squared. So if you look at 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. So 1 times 1 is same as 1 squared. 2 times 2, which is 4, is same as 2 squared. 3 times 3, 9. 9 is same as 3 squared. So where there is 9, we substitute by 3 squared. So now if we have if we have a letter raised to the power 2 minus then 3 raised to the power 2, then we are going to bring in the concept of difference of two squares. So you open two brackets. So the first, you write the x here. Since we have two x's, the first x you write it in the first bracket, then the other x you put it here, minus, then here positive. So it doesn't matter which bracket has the positive or negative, you can put any. Then here we're going to have 3, also here 3. So this is our final answer. We move on to question 3. So under question 3 is about the algebraic expression where we're taught to simplify 2a minus 5b open brackets b minus a minus b plus ab. So the first expression is 2a minus c. So negative 5b is attached to a minus b in brackets, which simply means that we are going to expand by multiplying negative 5b with everything in the bracket. So this negative 5b will multiply with a, the first one. So 2a minus 5ab. The second one will multiply with this one. So remember, there is a negative here times this negative here, giving us a positive. 5b multiplied by b will give us 5b squared plus ab. Then we need to look at if we have the like terms, so these two are the like terms. So I can begin with 5b squared plus c, this one, 2a minus c, 5ab plus ab. So 5b squared plus 2a, we know that different signs we need to subtract. 5ab minus ab is 4ab. Now here the answer will be negative since the bigger number has a negative sign. So this is our final answer because the remaining parts does not contain the like term, so we cannot proceed further. We move on to question 4. So under question 4 we have the points. The point A is given, which is negative 5, 3. B is not given, so we'll just say x, y. So consider this one as our x1, x2, y2, y1. Remember, we are given the midpoint, which is 4, -2. Now, how can we find the coordinates of B given the coordinates of A and the coordinates of the midpoint? So step number 1, we are going to apply the formula for the midpoint. So midpoint is equal to x2 plus x1 over 2. So we are just solving for the average, plus y2, y1 over 2. Now remember, the coordinates of the midpoint are given. It is 4, -2, so we can now plug in. Then what's our x2? So the x2 is just x plus c. X1 is this number here, -5, divided by 2, comma. What's our y2? Y2 is just y plus c. Y1, this should be y1 is 3 over 2. Now if you remember, the first number this represents the x coordinates. So this one is corresponding to the first part, since it has to do with the x. Then this -2 represents the y. So this one goes with this part because it has to do with the y. So that's a point. Or to summarize, we can just say the first number 4 is equal to x2 plus x1 over 2. Then the other -2 is equal to y2 plus y1 over 2. So from the midpoint, the coordinates of the midpoint, the x coordinate must be equated to the first part that contains the x coordinates for the points, and you do the same for the y, which simply means that 4 is equal to x. Negative times positive will give us -5 over 2. So here we just have to solve for x. We cross multiply. 1 times x times -5 is just x minus 5. Then 2 times 4 will give us 8. We shift the -5 to the right side, giving us x is equal to 8 plus 5, which is our x is equal to 13. So we do the same to the y. So y is equal to, the y coordinate is -2 is equal to y plus 3 over 2 over 1. We cross multiply. 1 times y times 3 is y plus 3. Then 2, positive 2 times -2 will give us -4. We shift the positive 3 to the right side, giving us y is equal to -4 minus 3. Same signs, what are we supposed to do? We add. So 4 plus 4 is 7. Our final answer is -7. So now to write the coordinates of b, we just say b is, what's our x? X is 13. So x is 13, comma b is -7. So that is how we can find the coordinates of b. Now we have question 5 under the vector. So given that vector OP is equal to 4, 13, and the point Q is 16, 8, find the vector PQ. Now for a question like this one, the best way to answer, maybe to get the correct answer, let's draw a diagram, and we're just going to make a triangle. Now from this triangle, this point, I'm going to call it the origin point O. Then this is my point P, so that the vector OP is 4, 13. This is our vector for OP. Then Q will be written here. So Q will be written as OQ. So the vector OQ is 16, 8. So now we want the vector from P up to Q. So if we want from P up to Q, we'll move PO plus OQ. So let's do that. So the vector PQ is equal to, what's our, remember OP is 4, 13. So PO, we just have to introduce the negative since we are going against the direction. So this will be -4, 13 plus the OQ is 16, 8. So PQ is equal to, we introduce the negative, so we have -4, -13 plus 16 here plus 8. So PQ is equal to, so different signs we are going to subtract. So 16 minus 4 is 12. 13 minus 80 is negative 5. Now this is the vector for PQ, but because of these symbols, it means we need now to find the modulus. So how do you find the modulus? So the modulus is just the square root of x squared plus y squared. So what's our x? The x is 12. So 12 squared plus negative 5 squared. 12 squared is 144 plus negative 5 squared is 25. The sum of these two numbers is 169. The square root of 169 is 13. So just say units, because modulus is like the distance. That's why we define the vector as a quantity that has both magnitude. So the magnitude is the size, in our case the distance, that is our magnitude. Then the direction is denoted by the arrow. So we'll end up to question 5. Then just make sure that you stay tuned so that as I continue from question 6 up to question 23, you don't miss out. So make sure you subscribe, and you also have to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out the videos that I'm going to post in future. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.